Let's talk more about this big documentary that CBS 21 has been working on for a long time. We have Jessica Babb with us here, a familiar face. She's the executive producer of this documentary. Of course, a great investigative reporter as well, now with our sister station in Baltimore. Let's go back to this thing. You've been working on this for a long time. What took you to making this a documentary?
So, I mean, really, we started covering the initial case when Jeremy Pauley was first arrested, but then layer after layer, more arrests happened. The school in Little Rock was implicated, then Harvard Medical School, their anatomical gift program was implicated. And so it just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger over time. And obviously we covered it throughout. But really we wanted to go more in depth into this story and really show the people who were impacted by this. And we're talking the families of the loved ones whose body parts were sold and bought all over this country. And so this documentary really reflects the real people who were impacted by this, and we're hoping to really share their story through this.
I think when people watch this, they're going to be surprised by a lot of things. But as you got deeper into this, what surprised you? Maybe along the lines of, how can this still be happening when it seems, for so many different reasons, to be wrong?
Well, I think the thing that surprised me the most after this initial case started happening here in Pennsylvania was that there's really, the laws vary state to state based on federal regulations. Like, it is legal largely to buy and sell human remains. And yes, some states have more regulations than others, but largely this is a legal business. And so I think that was probably one of the most shocking things as we started delving more into the laws and regulations surrounding this. And so when you watch the documentary, we'll walk you through some of those regulations, what laws do exist, but also the call for more laws to be on the books as well.
Yeah, what's the chance of some of those things getting changed, especially when you expose something this big like this?
I mean, I think, the victims we talk to, they're hoping that something changes, certainly, and they're calling on lawmakers to do just that. There is legislation that is being looked at by Congress right now, but whether or not it passes or even leaves committee or gets any traction is still not clear yet. We did reach out to the sponsors of the legislation, but of course no one would talk to us about this, so who knows whether that will go anywhere or not.
Why won't they talk to you? Is this a taboo subject, a little too controversial for people to get into sometimes?
Everyone's kind of got their different reason for why they may or may not want to talk. As far as the lawmakers, it's hard to say their reasoning. They didn't give us their reasoning. They just denied our interview request. But, over the course of putting this documentary together, it is a very touchy subject for some. You have people who are obviously victimized by this and they're hurt by it. And it's just a really hard thing to talk about. But then you have people, as we'll show you in the documentary, who are doing this on the legal side. And they also are hesitant in some cases to talk about it as well because they don't want to be lumped into people like Jeremy Pauley or others who've been arrested for maybe not doing this the proper way. And so, yeah, it is kind of a taboo subject, but through this documentary, we're really trying to open the door and show people what's really happening.
I hope we can do that with this. Last question for you. You've been a journalist for a long time. Investigative journalism opens you up to some longer form pieces, but nothing like this. Tell me about how this kind of storytelling can really change the subject and almost change the way you tell this and hopefully the impact it has.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this is an hour-long program, and so we're going to take you through a lot of different sections. We're going to show you and tell you what an anatomical gift program is. You're going to get to meet multiple victims who have been involved in this. You're going to get to learn more about the regulations and the laws behind this. You're going to get to meet people who are in this oddities industry who are doing it legally. So through this documentary, we're going to get to introduce you to a lot of different people and really kind of take you through the story, as well as showing you the criminal cases as well, and again walking you through everything that's happened thus far. So you'll definitely get a lot more context rather than just a typical 1-minute piece that you might see on air, or even if you've been watching our coverage for a while, we have been covering this case, but now I think you're going to get to learn so much more about the why behind what happened.
Good point there. It is a different kind of storytelling. I think people are ready for this. I loved your podcast, and I think this is just a beautiful big extension of that to be able to tell stories like this, and this might be the wave of the future as well. Thank you very much, Jessica Babb. Great job on this. We look forward to seeing the entire thing. Dealers of the Dead, it's on our YouTube channel right now. Thank you.